Miss Mary Mack. Hey, Miss Mary.
Hey, Margot.
And me, comedian Margot Evans. Yay! Yes, we're back. We're back. Really do appreciate you guys. You're back. Your girls are back. Your girls are back. Welcome back to the Just Being Me podcast. Hey y'all, welcome to the Just Being Me podcast with your host, comedian Margot Evans. Our host, Miss Mary Mack, is out of town. She'll be out of town for the next 2 weeks. And so I'm here by my lonesome, just being me, Margot Evans. I will give you guys a disclaimer. I was on here for 15 minutes and I had a really great show going on and it clicked off after 15 minutes. So this is actually a redo. So I don't have the same energy that I had when I was redoing it, when I was originally doing the show. So sorry about that, but I do still have information here for you guys. All right, before we get into it, let me have my thought of the day. Growth is painful, change is painful, but there's nothing as painful as staying stuck somewhere you don't belong. Yes. 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 Growth is very painful and change is also painful. But you do not want to be stuck somewhere you don't belong. So that is good. That's a good thought of the day. So y'all take that and do what you will. So let me just jump right into
what you do this weekend.
All right, y'all. So it was Father's Day weekend, and what I did was help my dad. My dad, for his gift, is to help clean out his backyard and his garage. So that's what we did this Father's Day weekend. Me and my sister coined my husband and my dad as Lamont and Fred as Fred, Sanford, and Lamont. Sanford and Son, because they collect so many different things, and the things that are like great are things that we keep. Like I have so many things that my husband has found or somebody has given him, and I like paintings and pictures and all kind of things. Same thing with my dad, and we have them in our house, but then the things that we don't want, they just end up in the backyard. So that's what we're cleaning up now, and so that he can have a nice little area in his backyard and have a clean garage again, where he knows where everything is. Right now it's just all over the place because it's a lot of stuff. So we enjoyed doing that with him. And then I also had a comedy show last week on Thursday at the Stand-Up Comedy Club with Benny Minna. It was a great show, great turnout. My friends and my family had came. People from my old job came. I had a really good time. I'm really starting to get myself back out there on the comedy scene, and I enjoyed myself. I have to start going back around because I was very spoiled when I first got out here in comedy. It's been about 10 years. And I had the Rebels of Comedy, and I would always perform there. And they had me spoiled. Like, whenever I wanted to get up, I swear I would go. And I know as a comic, you're supposed to get around, but I just got kind of like complacent, and I just knew if I wanted to do a show, that's where I would go. Well, they actually moved to Texas, and so now I have to really be on my grind. Not that I didn't go to different places. I've been at the Ha Ha Comedy Store. I've been at all of the places, all the comedy places, major ones. But that was just my place, my space. Like, if I wanted to, I didn't have to be on somebody's show. I have to do the whole rigmarole. If I just wanted to just work some stuff out, I could go over there. So that's not there anymore. So now I am, just working the scene and trying to find really a home. so that I can just, be on shows that are put on by the clubs. So that's what I am doing. And I enjoyed myself last week at the show. It was fun. All right, y'all. So let's jump into Let's Talk. Okay, so let's talk about it. So we just celebrated Juneteenth this past Monday. Monday was Juneteenth. Juneteenth is now a national holiday or federal holiday. I guess that's the same. I don't know. My spirits are low right now. I'm just really telling y'all right now because I was really into all the stuff that I already talked about, but we're going to leave that alone. We're going to move it right along. So Juneteenth was this past Monday, and CNN, they actually did a really awesome broadcast of the Juneteenth celebration at the Greek Theater. Did not know anything about it. One of our friends had went and she had posted it, a little snippet of it live on her Facebook, and then we seen my neighbor next door had said, "Oh yeah, they played it on CNN." Caught it at the last minute. It was Nelly doing his, and I caught Nelly, and I caught Charlie Wilson. And I think that was it. I was at the very, very, very end. But it really looked, when I did turn to CNN, it looked really, really fun. It looked like people were having a really good time. Kamala Harris was there. She made an appearance and did a little speech or whatever. But it looked like a really good time. And next year I am going to go because it just looked good. And I'll give you my rant now. My rant is that I don't understand why you guys go to these shows, concerts, comedy shows, all these things, and you sit there with your phone held up, recording the show the whole time. Like, why aren't you just taking it in as it experiencing it as it's happening? And I know we've talked about this on the show before, but it's just like when you see it, it's just like, why are you there? Like, you could have watched it on CNN. If you was going to do that. Like, you're not even enjoying the show. You're trying to make sure that your camera is focused so you can go and watch it when you leave the show. Like, I don't get why you want to record a live show that you're at to watch it later. Like, it don't make sense. I will say there were several people. Like, that's what made me say, I'm going here next year. Grooving. They were having a good time. Because at the Greek, the way the Greek is set up, they have those little benches. You have the little area, your little space or whatever. And, they were having a really, really good time. You could tell they was having a great time. So next year, I'm going to be on the lookout for this. The tickets weren't too high. It was from $39 to $199. $39 probably got you all the way in the back, and then $199 probably got you up in the front. There were a lot of sororities and fraternities that were up in the front. They paid them $200 for the tickets, or not. They probably was affiliated with some. It was Greek. It was at the Greek. But no, I'm going. It just seemed like it was a really good day. It was a 5-hour show, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. And I'm glad that they did that because not all places, like my job was not closed for Juneteenth. So not every company is observing that day. And I hope that our job will, hopefully our job will, and most jobs will observe that day, as we do for MLK, so that people can go out and enjoy the festivities for Juneteenth. But then we have on the other side. So let me see. Leimert Park. So Leimert Park, I woke up Monday morning and seen the news and how they had all the tents and the food venues and the sellers venues and all set up, looking very, very nice. It looked like it was going to be a great time in Leimert Park. Leimert Park actually have been celebrating Juneteenth for the past 40 years. I didn't even know that. I didn't celebrate Juneteenth. I didn't, like that. Like, I didn't celebrate Juneteenth like this. Not until my friend, our co-host, Mary Mack, explained, like, Juneteenth is like Black people's Independence Day. That's when the last enslaved people were told that they no longer needed to be slaves. Then that was 2 years after everybody else that were slaves that were enslaved were released or had their Independence Day. So that was the last of the slaves that were given their freedom papers. So she would say, it's Juneteenth is our Independence Day and 4th of July is not. I like fireworks, but the whole meaning of 4th of July, like, I'm not going that deep. Just like I don't go that deep in Halloween, like, if that's supposed to be spooky devil and all this stuff, that's not what I'm celebrating. I'm just celebrating having a good time. But Leimert Park, it looked like it was a very fun occasion, but then I started seeing and hearing all of the negative things that was happening over there. They had a shooting. Somebody had came out, let me see, minutes before Jasmine Sullivan was supposed to go on stage. Some people began to panic and flee after hearing reports of a shooting. And then the festival organizers canceled Sullivan's performance. And so they heard the gunshots. And then people just started running. And they started running towards all of the tents. They were stampeding over people that were, buying stuff at shops and buying food and everything, that didn't know what the heck was going on. And, it just made the situation really, really bad. And then right over at the McDonald's over there off of Crenshaw, right around the corner from Leimert Park, the fools went over there and just started acting crazy, just grabbing money, grabbing the cash register box, taking it outside, slamming it on the floor, on the ground, and all these ignorants is over there trying to grab the money. I'm sure they had less than $100 in the box, and all these people just like roaches are jumping on trying to get the little pennies and nickels that are just flying out of this dang on box. Like, I didn't understand that. I don't know why you guys decide to do this, and they all are Black people. And it's Independence Day for our people. And you're going to come over here and do this and ruin it. And then we're mad when we want to do something else. Next year we want to have something and they be like, no, you're not doing it. Why can't we do it? Because we don't know how to act. We don't know how to act. You have all those people over there that were having a great time at Leimert Park, over there patronizing Black people, having a good time, having these concerts and food and buying things and doing all this. You guys are around the corner over there snatching up McDonald's Big Macs and cash boxes and all this other stuff, just causing ruckus for no reason. And they were young too. So they're going to get a little slap on the wrist. They probably were all under 18, get a slap on the wrist and talk to your mama. And it's just crazy. I don't understand why you guys feel like you need to do stupid stuff. It's just ridiculous. Like, out of all days, I mean, you shouldn't do it anyway, but out of all days, come on. Like, if you needed to get something to eat, I'm sure somebody would have got you something to eat. It's Black Power. Everybody over there loving on each other. If you didn't have enough money to get you a burger, I'm sure you could have walked up to any Black person over there and said, I don't have any money. Can you buy me a burger? And because of the love that was in the air, they would have went and bought you a burger. But y'all had to go over there and be idiots. And I hope they catch all of y'all. Everybody need to be caught. All the ones that picked up a penny, nickel, or a dime off that ground, you need to be reprimanded. So that was that. We have good things, and then we end up having dumb people. We just can't. We can't do it. Let's see. So this morning I had woke up and they had that little Ocean Gate. It's the little submarine. Did I get rid of it? Anyway, it was the little submarine that went down to look at the Titanic, the debris that's in the Titanic. Hold on, I'm trying to pull it up because it said, hold on. It had guests on the thing, and they can't find it on the submarine. They can't find it, and the people that's on it. I mean, I haven't looked at the news yet again, but they only had like today to where they had oxygen, whatever oxygen they had. They said they had about 50 hours worth of oxygen left, and that was today. So today they have 55. There's 5 people missing, about 50 hours of oxygen left, and then so they were saying that the Coast Guard said that the Canadian aircraft had detected noises near the Titanic wreck during the search, but the Coast Guard said they didn't hear the knocking, so they're trying to say that they're banging on the submarine, and so that they probably panicking, I'm sure. But the Coast Guard said that they are down there, they can't hear anything, they don't hear any banging, they don't hear anything. So it's just sad. It's really sad. Ocean Gate. So Ocean Gate offers 8-day mission to scour the Titanic debris for $250,000 per person. And it says that this is according to the Shade Room. It's unclear if anyone aboard was a paying customer. So they probably weren't. They probably went down there as, a sample or whatever. And I'm like, why did they send dummies? And I'm not calling these people dummies. I'm like a test dummy down there. I'm sure they did all of that. I'm sure they did all of that before. It's just sad, and so we want to, they want us to pay, or, there's people that just want to be exhibitionists. So they want to go up to the moon. They want to go down deep in the seas. And it's just not that serious for me. Like, I'm not going to pay nobody $250,000 to go down deep in the seas to now where they can't find me now. And I only got 50 hours left of air. It's crazy. I mean, I'm sure they didn't think that would happen, but why are you going down there? Like, didn't you see what was on the Titanic, around the Titanic? All of the documentaries that they made about the Titanic. And they could have sent the little Ocean Gate down there with nobody on it with a camera on and just let us see what's down there right now. Why do you have to get on there and get lost? It ain't their fault that they lost, but still. Why you have to go all the way up to the moon, which they pay all that money, millions of dollars, to take this trip to the moon, which you're there. It's like you touch the moon and you come right back down. And you spend all that money for that? Like, if you got money to throw it my way. So I hope they find those people. I really do. Sad for the families of the people that's lost at sea. Like, that's not what they thought was going to happen, but sad story. Then my last story that I have is about Russell Simmons. So Russell Simmons has gone on the attack with his kids and his 2 daughters and his ex-wife Kimora Lee. So according to the Shade Room, it says Russell Simmons reacts after Kimora Lee and daughter Aoki Lee accuses him of harassment, intimidation, and financial abuse. I was watching another podcast, and they showed Russell Simmons was talking to Aoki. The volume wasn't on, but she was recording the conversation, and he was just yelling at her. You could just tell the expression on his face, like literally yelling. And the reason why he was yelling is because she posted a picture of her mom and her when she was little. And she says, Ming Lee. Oh, this is just the other Naoki. This is Ming. Ming Lee wishes her mom, Kimora Lee Simmons, a happy Father's Day. So he got pissed off. He was mad. Like, how the hell y'all wishing her a Father's Day? I'm your father, this, that, whatever. Well, Aoki Lee, Kimora went on and she had a long rant about all that she has done for her kids and what Russell has not done for her kids. He's cut them off, like they're both graduated from prestigious colleges, and he was paying $500, like, maybe a week or a month, I don't know. But he just cut that off and didn't tell the girls that he was not going to be giving them the $500. And, just a lot of things that happened, which according to Kimora, she got the receipts for everything that she's talking about. She says she loved receipts, so she got receipts for everything that she has to say. And that, they've been silent for all this time, and they have. Because Kimora used to have a reality show, which was called The Fab Life or something like that. I can't find it. Here it is, Life in the Fab Lane. And they did 4 seasons, and it was, about her and her girls and her and the not Fat Farm, her brand. And, her doing her modeling and the kids and everything, and then the kids growing up, and it was a really cute reality show. And it was never no drama. I mean, it had a little drama, just to keep the people coming, but nothing serious. You never heard anything after that. They were on in 2007, and I love my reality shows, so I watched every episode that they have aired. So I just sometimes be like, I wonder how the daughters are doing, because you don't ever hear nothing about the daughters. Nothing good, nothing bad, nothing. You may hear Kimora's name every now and again, like she had got married, she had another baby, and then she got a divorce, she got married again, I think, but nothing like negative. So for them, they've been like, according to Aoki and her rant, they've been quiet about the craziness that's been going on in their family. And, Aoki is saying that Russell Simmons will threaten her. He would call her friends. He would say, oh, okay, well, I'm Russell Simmons. And, if you can go on the social media and say this and that, whatever, who they gonna believe, me or you? Just going off on her. And you could tell that she has held the whole family, Kimora and the 2 girls, has held Russell down for the longest and allowed this to happen, and now the bubble has popped. Like, it's just like they are talking and they are letting it all out, and you can tell when you look at Aoki's live, her little nose is red, her forehead is red, like she's been crying, and she's like, I just want you to stop. Like, I've held all of this all this time, and now it's just enough is enough. So he went on, Russell Simmons had apologized to them, but they saying bullshit. Like, you just doing that because you just apologizing right now because you were on social media yelling at your daughter, and everybody's like, oh my God, what's going on? I know Russell Simmons was a part of the Me Too movement, and he moved out of the country. And you didn't hear from him for a long time. So, he's been laying low, trying to be the little yogi that he is. And, he tried to apologize, and it's like, not right now. We're not accepting that. So, Kimora says she's been holding down the family for the past 10 years. And her daughters, and, let me see, Kimora Lee, I have been financially carrying this person probably for the last, or at least 10 years. Myself and my ex-husband. Again, this is all proven with receipts. So if someone doesn't like it, doesn't like what I'm talking about, we can come and we can open up our receipts. I love it. I love receipts. But I've taken care of this person to the tune of many, many, many millions of dollars to help with their bills, their overhead, their companies that they run into the ground, their unsuccessful bids, all of their stuff. So they're airing out a lot of stuff that they've been holding in. It's like a balloon. Their balloon has popped. And like we was talking about last week, words hurt. So, you can keep jabbing and jabbing and jabbing and jabbing at somebody until they reach their boiling point to where they're not going to take it no more, and they've reached their boiling point. So they are all talking. Ming Lee is not talking as much. Aoki Lee, she said she's a wild child. She said she's not brainwashed. He's saying that they were brainwashed or whatever. She's not brainwashed. She's listened to him, her dad, all these years, and she's not gonna have it. So I wish them the best. I hope they get it all together. Russell, you need to chill, because you wasn't looking good with the Me Too situation, and you definitely not looking good screaming and yelling at these girls. You're really not. So that is that. On to Housewives news. Okay, so Monique Samuels, who used to be on the Real Housewives of Potomac, and then she moved to Love and Marriage, DC. Her and her husband has filed for divorce. Let's see, March 3rd marked their 11 years of marriage. On June 15th, they filed for a divorce. Monique filed for a divorce, filed a petition, and sealed the documents. But their reporting found that she first filed in April, and then June 15th she filed amendment complaint still seeking the divorce. I liked them as a couple when they first came on the scene on Potomac, a Real House of Potomac. They have 3 kids. I think she was pregnant when. Oh no, she got pregnant like the second season that she was on. They were cool. Chris' mother, that was her storyline, was that she didn't like Monique. She thought Monique was a gold digger, and she made it known on TV that she didn't like the girl. But then like the next season, because she looked very bad. Like Chris is from, I don't know, don't get me wrong, Louisiana or somewhere like that. And so the mother just, there we go with words, just talking out the side of her neck about the girl. And she looked bad on TV. And so when the next season came on, she apologized, and, they were kumbaya and, whatever. But so now they are, then they move. So Monique, which if y'all remember many, many moons ago, had that, fight with Candace, the one that I don't like on Potomac. And so Monique left the show, and then so she went over to Carlos King's marriage, Love and Marriage DC, and they were like the head couple of that. And then I watched a little bit of that, and they were like kind of rocky on there. Like I didn't even like the way they were talking to each other. I'm not gonna say Chris, because Chris had made some comments, and Monique is very fiery, and she made comments, and it was just like weird, because they were really loving on the other side. They had each other's back, but this one, they was like, the first 3 episodes was kind of like at each other, and I was like, what's happening? I don't know, but this is probably what was going down. They were, coming towards the end of their relationship, so they filed for a divorce. And it was like a recent picture that Monique had took. It said May 30th, but Chris wasn't in there. And then Chris had took a picture. And this don't even look like Chris. Like, I guess Chris lost a lot of weight, because he was a football player. So he was like chunky, husky, tall guy. But this picture right here of him by the beach with the palm trees, I don't look like him. He's a skinny dude. Look good, but they don't look like him. And the caption is, "You can't wait until life isn't hard anymore before you decide to be happy." So, okay. So yeah. So, and then people are saying that they, Monique and him were saying that they weren't divorcing, but now it's like finally they're like, yeah, we are. So, good luck to them. Good luck to y'all. Let me see. What else have I been watching? I can't even, I'm just going to say I'm just frustrated. But I made it through the end of the short podcast. I don't know what I was watching. But that is it, y'all. I am going to let y'all go. I'm not going to hold you here because I don't have nothing else to say. So next week I'll be back. Miss Mary Mac is still going to be off, and I'll make sure that my recording is good so y'all can get all the energy that I gave the first 15 minutes that I recorded, and then the last 15 minutes wasn't even there. It wasn't even playing. So I had to delete the whole thing. Anywho, y'all pray for me. And I will see, or you will hear from us next week. All right, y'all. Peace out.